And, so it's like a starting point, and I think we'll see a lot of moves going forward over the next many weeks and months as well. So the opening rates are on your screen. 23,180 is where we are at. It's 150 points lower. It's basically just a reversal of what we saw yesterday. It's not severe by any yardstick. It's like any other open. 0.6 lower on the mid-cap index. The small-cap index is down about a third of a percent or so. The stocks are all coming up on your screen. Pretty normal kind of a session, right? I mean, 3:1 is the declines to advances, so more down than up, and that's understandable. But for now, at least at this point, it's okay. So 260 lower on the Nifty bank as well. That's the rate which is coming up. Let's talk about stocks, Surabhi.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not bad at all compared to the declines we've seen across Asia, thanks to the fact that we're a domestic-facing country. Speaking of domestic, Dabur, 5% lower. That's the one that's taking it on the chin because of the poor Q4 update. Let's talk about Nifty stocks then. IT is weak. There's no denying that, no taking away from that. And that's the sector that's getting hit the hardest this morning. Wipro, HCL Tech, TCS, Infosys. Look at all the IT stocks. The cuts are anywhere between 1% to about 2.5%. If you go in the mid-cap space, and the cuts are even bigger on stocks like Persistent, LTI, Mindtree, Memphis. So a very clear downtrade today is IT. It's across the board down. Okay, let's move on. What else? Stocks like ONGC, Zomato, Hindalco, they're all on the weaker side. Financials are not able to provide too much support, at least not right now. HDFC Bank, Shriram Finance, these are all stocks on the lower side as well. Let's look at some of the other names. Reliance, let's see what Reliance is doing. It's down about 0.7%. ICICI Bank also down about 0.5%. L&T, slightly lower. L&T is actually very close to the flat line, so let's see. On the upside, obviously, as you would expect, only Pharma and Pharma. Dr. Reddy's 5%, Sun Pharma 4%, Cipla 4%. And a bunch of PSUs are actually having a good morning. They're outshining on a day like today. NTPC, Power Grid and BEL. All these stocks are seeing green.
Well, that's right. I think the IT pack is getting hit, and particularly mid-cap IT pack is getting hit on the back of US recessionary fears. So take a look at some of the frontline F&O counters. You have Persistent Systems, KPIT Technologies. Both of them are down. Forge as well is down close to around 2.5%. On the flip side, just to name a few of those pharma names, should we mentioned a few. Gland Pharma and Pyramid Pharma from the broader markets, both of them, they are bucking the trend. They are some of the big outperformers this morning. A few other notable names that are moving around. Well, you have Sharda Cropchem. That stock is down close to around 7%. So there may be some kind of worry on that front. So that stock, in fact, is a little bit lower in trade. A couple of other notable losers. You have L&T Tech Services. That stock as well is lower. But as we are doing that market check, I'll tell you what, the markets have cut their losses now down to close to around 100 points. The bulls will say this is something that we like, at least for the initial minutes. And if you can put the crisscross lines, it's just a few minutes into trade, from around 300 stocks that were advancing, now you have 900 stocks that are advancing. Good going. Mid-cap index recovers from the low point of the day.
What are we talking about? It's a normal day.
I was just thinking, Surabhi, yesterday during closing,
yeah,
I think we were chatting on how tomorrow we could see a relief move, right? And I said, well, we're saying this with the risk of being immediately proven wrong. But can you be wrong and still be right? Look at
This is not bad at all. I mean, this could be a regular day. Absolutely in the market, for now at least.
And I think it'll be interesting to see the foreign number, the flow number, because is this retail once again sort of piling in a big way and supporting things and sort of buying this. And of course, I mean, I think for today, the foreign sort of activity will pick up as we go through the paces through the course of the day. So I think it's just still the initial kind of first reaction which is coming through. And so we'll have to give it time. Yeah.
Also, foreign managers will have they have a lot more to think about on their other positions in China, in South Korea, in these countries which have been slapped hard.
I think, just to give you a couple of technical levels, on the Nifty bank, it's good to see the 200 DMA has got protected, and on the Nifty, the 20 DMA, at least as of now. You'll want both those two levels to get protected, and gives you some hope that we'll see an additional fight from here on. Expiry day as well, so things can get volatile in the final couple of hours of trade.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And, lots to track as far as specific stocks, etc. are concerned. But let's just actually put maybe just a few other names, right, up there for our viewers before we bring in our next guest. Do we have our market master with us? And I think we should be able to go to them in a bit. So, yeah, I mean, it is all pharma. The biggest volume-led gainers are Oro, Dr. Reddy's, Lupin, Sun, Cipla, Zydus, Gland, Divi's, Piramal, Laurus, my God, Glenmark. It is between 3 and 9% gains, and we should actually have those up at the bottom of the screen. So this is the biggest volume led. Mankind, you can throw in Marksons, you can throw in Newland, you can throw in Morripun, you can throw in Supriya Life Sciences, 3.5%. And I'm not looking at some aggregation of pharma stocks, but I'm just looking at, I've just sorted the biggest volume led gainers as far as the NSE is concerned, and this is what is coming up. About 10, 12 names, but all from that one space, at least for now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.